Are you ready to hear the roaring sound of DTM? We certainly are. Hello from the sunny Lausitzring. Yesterday we had terrible weather here. It was raining cats and dogs, but now the sun is out and we are psyched for qualifying. Now all eyes, of course, are on Nico Muller, who is leading the pack. However, the reigning champion, Rene Rast, this young man over here, is already sitting in the car. He is ready to attack, and surely yesterday's victory is motivating him even more to give his best, and he's looking at us with fierce eyes, and surely everything will go well. So let's look forward to a very good qualifying, and here's your commentator. Have fun.
Thank you so much. Yes, the fierce eyes of Rene Rast off the back of a win yesterday. Verena is surely right that that puts him in a good position with regards to today. Philipp Eng was impressive in parts yesterday, and his P8 finish really doesn't do justice to everything that Philipp Eng was able to do in the race yesterday. His start was magnificent. Here's Robin Freins, who had to settle for a P3 place to match his result in the first race at Lausitzring last weekend. But here at Lausitzring this weekend, we're using the longer version of the circuit, the 4.570 configuration, which is somewhat longer, 14 turns, 8 left, 6 right. And this is Mike Rockenfeller, who finished P6 in race 1 yesterday. Hello, good morning, welcome. Yes, Verena's right, the sun is shining, the temperature not quite as great as that we had on Friday for our free practice days, but certainly warmer and brighter than yesterday, which was a rain-affected day. This is Sheldon van der Linde, the BMW star, who finished the race P9. His best finish so far this season was in the first race here at Lausitzring last weekend, where he backed to podium P2. So the cars all making their way down to the pit exit then, and there is the number 8 BMW of one Mr. R. Kubica, who thus far has not been able to break into the points in terms of a finish. Will that all change today? It is a possibility, of course. And that's the thing with the DTM. You can look at day 1 and think that that gives you a form guide for day 2. And as has been proven on so many occasions in the past, that is not necessarily the case. Look just how busy it was as everyone's scrambling to get out of their garages into the pit lane to be the head of the queue, ready for qualifying to get underway. Which, of course, the top 3 positions carry vital points as well. 3 points for P1, 2 points for P2, 1 point for P3. And there is Timo Glock. I was having quite a conversation with Timo last night, and there you can see the Lucas Auer car being prepared. Lucas Auer, who finished P12 in the race yesterday. His best finishes came in the opening round at Spa, where he took a P7 and a P8 on his return to the DTM. Really delighted to see Lucas Auer back in a DTM car. So, final stages of prep for Luki then before he heads out. We've got about a minute and a half before the light goes green as the qualifying session will get underway. Pretty sure that's one Mr. Norbert Haug down there on the pit lane watching on. And there, Rene Rast then, who sealed it yesterday, did a very, very good job. He had a really, really difficult start to the race and appeared to bog down, get some wheel spin, didn't get away, didn't get the traction he needed, but it all came good in the end. Good strategy from the Audi Sport Team Rosberg, and propelled him to take the race win. So we are a minute away then, and there you can see the 2 AB Sportsline drivers. Robin Freins to the left-hand side of your picture, Nico Muller to the right-hand side, both of whom were podium placers yesterday, and Nico Muller leading the points on 121. Rene Rast is P2 in the Drivers' Championship points on 88, and Robin Freins on 74. So they are getting ready to leave the garages and get out onto the track and set their grid positions via this qualifying session, which is now 15 seconds away from the green light. To the left-hand side of your picture here, you can see the lights that are currently red, but we count them down now because they will go green in 2 seconds. 1 second, let's go green. Indeed we do. Robert Kubica will lead them out. Then it's Philipp Eng, Timo Glock, Sheldon van der Linde, Jonathan Aberdeen. Then it's Mike Rockefeller. There is Jamie Green and Rene Rast. Then both awaiting the release from their garages, from their crews. A short, sharp qualifying session that will set the grid for race 2 to come this afternoon. That's a great shot behind the Rene Rast car. Hankook slick tyres on, and Hankook slick tyres were applied in the race, in the second half of the race yesterday. All the drivers having to start on wet weather tyres. Champing at the bit, Nico Muller and Robin Freins. Robin champing just a little bit more than Nico as he leaves the garage now. You can see from our vantage point here that Ferdinand Habsburg's about to make his way out of the garage as well in the number 62 WR Team Independent Audi. And there, the championship leader makes his way down the pit lane, Nico Muller. He, of course, will be disappointed that he didn't win the race yesterday, but, of course, still banked very important points. Jamie Green will perhaps be disappointed with his performance yesterday. It was P10 for Jamie Green, so in the points, but not where he would like to be and where his talent demands that he should be in the finish order. So Jamie Green with work to do today. And as you can see, almost a minute and a half, or nearly 2 minutes of the session have gone already, and we won't have a meaningful time yet for a couple of minutes. So Jamie then makes his way out of the pit lane, and it joins at turn number 2. We're on board now with Jonathan Aberdeen, accelerating away in these extremely powerful DTM cars. He's going around turn 12, and now this is turn 13, which quickly becomes turn number 14. Heading towards the start-finish straight here. Weaving from side to side, generating temperature into those Hankook tyres. Down through the gears. Turn 1.
Hour. No one is going to pit. Everyone is approaching their warm-up lap.
So interesting information then that no one driving through the pit lane. Everyone's staying out there. And on their outlaps. This is where the track is elongated, or it was, as we looked at the section between turns 5 and 6. We look now at turn number 1. And Rene Rast going through. And just a lap or so away from getting some meaningful times onto the boards with regards to this qualifying session. Both DRS and push to pass are enabled. And this wonderful splitter cam on the front of Nico Muller's car. Loic Duval is giving us the first sector time, and Rene Rast quickly follows that and has gone quicker than Loic Duval through sector 1. So there is Rene inside the car. Jonathan Aberdeen quick through sector 2. Still weaving from side to side, generating that temperature through the brakes, through the tyres. And here then, Lucas Auer, we spoke about him just before the cars took to the track. And there in the number 22 BMW Bank liveried car, and Rene Rast then. Cumulative time of 1:08 as he's gone quicker than anyone through sector 1 and sector 2. And Jonathan Aberdeen gives us a 1:43.062 with Mike Rockefeller 1:45.318, who's now P3 because Harrison Newey has put in a 1:45.087. We await Loic Duval to cross the line, and Philippe Eng, who was quick yesterday. Loic Duval goes quickest with a 1:42.579, having taken very nearly 5/10 out of the previous best time, and Lucas Auer has followed that with a 1:42.756. Philippe Eng on a hot lap, though, as you can see, because the bars underneath the driver's name at the bottom of the screen, if they're pink, it means they've gone quicker than anyone in that particular sector. If it's green, then it means it's a personal best. If it's white, it's no improvement from a previous time. So expect them to be coloured up nicely in the early stages of this qualifying session. Philippe Eng then with a personal best in the second sector, as we watch Robert Kubica in the ART GP BMW. Here comes Jamie Green to cross the timing line, and he goes quickest with a 1:41.691, the first driver to give us a sub 1:42 time. And Robert Kubica now gives us a 1:37.421, so his tyres certainly up to temperature. Here comes Philipp Eng with a new quickest time, 1:37.287. On board with Rene Rast, who's fighting with the car now. This is the qualifying, and that's Robin Freins on the grass. So clearly Robin off the track somewhere. That's compromised Nico Muller. And of course means that there is a yellow flag in turn 8. And this is how it went wrong for Robin. Just didn't appear to turn in at all. So nonetheless, he's back on the tarmac now, and Rene Rast goes from P11 to P1 with a 1:36.507, 1:36.507. He's right up the trumpet of Loic Duval now. Loic is currently 12th fastest. So it's Rast from Eng from Newey, but now Ferdinand Habsburg delivers an extraordinary 1:31.275. So Ferdinand Habsburg then for the WRT team. And we're on board with Ferdinand Habsburg now. Second gear, third, fourth, generating speed into fifth. Sixth gear now, and then heavy braking down through the gearbox into turn 6. Now almost immediate right-hander, which is turn 7. This is Marco Whitman. Finished P5 yesterday. Philipp Eng. Rast is quickest now with a 1:36.507. Then it's Jamie Green with a 1:36.965. Rather thought there was something wrong with the Ferdinand Habsburg time, which has been cancelled because at some point he left the track and gained an advantage. I really did think there was something really extraordinary about Ferdinand Habsburg's lap into the 1:31s, shortcutted somewhere. Robin Freins now, having got the car pointing in the right direction on the tarmac rather than the grass, has done a quick sector in sector 1. He closes out sector 2, where he's quicker than anyone. So 1:04.922 cumulative sector time, very nearly 2/10 down on the previous best time from Rene Rast to that point. So providing Robin can nail everything in the final sector, this should be a very good time from Robin Freins. It's going to be a good time from Nico Muller as well. However, Robin Freins is quicker than anybody. Here comes Muller then to break the timing beam with a 1:36.802. That sends him P2. And Robin Freins with a 1:36.549. So 4 100ths away from the Rene Rast time of 1:36.507. So time to be found in the final sector, I would suggest, for Robin Freins. And the order is Rast, Freins, Muller, Green, and Lucas Auer, the best of the BMW drivers at the moment, as Rene Rast's car is brought into the garage. A 1:36.507 for him, 4 100ths quicker than Robin Freins. Rene then looking at all the data on the screen.
Copy.
Listening to the engineer as well on the team radio. Incidentally, team radio here at DTM is all absolutely live.
No data from other cars, has 1 lap offset.
No delay at all. We hear it as it is said. So Muller then, and Robin Freins, the two at Sportsline drivers together out there on the track, both of them on the podium in race 1 yesterday, and only 10 1/4 minutes of this session remaining. The time to beat the 1:36.507. Top 4 drivers are into the 36s. Everyone else in the 37s. As always, it's very, very close across the all the DTM drivers. in terms of the times where literally tenths and 100ths make the difference. So Muller, Freins and Green all into the pit lane. There's the order at the bottom of the screen for you as we stand with 9.5 minutes thereabouts of the qualifying session remaining. So they'll come in, then they'll all dash out again for another blast at it. Now, Nico Muller has had the cancellation of a lap time because he got a best sector time under a yellow flag, so that means that time gets cancelled out. Still retains the P3 position at the moment. But,
9.
Yeah, this was an exit, but entry 8 and entry of 9 is on the understeer side. I think on exit of 9 I can manage.
Copy. So I would suggest half a degree. The balance doesn't seem to be too far off.
Copy.
So adjustments being made to the setup of the car for Rene Rast then to really cement his position at the top of the qualifying times currently. And the Abt Sportsline team will be working with Nico on the final adjustments to set up on the number 51 car, of course, to put him. Well, he of course would want a front row start. He wants pole position. He wants those 3 points, that's for sure. And at the moment...
Okay, Nico, we will leave in around 2 minutes.
Who has 2 minutes then to study all the data and ascertain where he can score more. So currently we have absolutely no cars circulating the track. Everyone is in the garages. This is Philip Eng, P7 for Philip Eng at the moment. You can see the Sheldon van der Linde car being pushed back into the garage from the previous shot to this one. Philip Eng back in the garage as well. And this then the number 27 car of Jonathan Aberdeen, which will be pushed back into the garage. The engine is turned off. And back into the garage it goes. With the order of Rast, Freins, Muller. The top 3.
Was 1:37.1.
Lucas Auer,
Yeah, copy.
best of the BMWs, P5. His time, a 1:37.159. 1:37.159 then for Lucas Auer. And here he is, bouncing his way across the timing beam. You can see the sparks being generated from the undercar. Brilliant shot that is, but it shows you how bumpy the start-finish straight is here at the Lausitzring. And Lucas Auer, the best of the BMW drivers. In fairness, that's not the start-finish straight. It's from turn 5 to turn 6. So at that point, Lucas Auer was P3. Has since been relegated to P5. So engines being fired up once again, and the cars will head out to see if they can improve from the time set earlier on. It's not often in DTM that we see improvements in the second. I mean, there is no formal second part to qualifying. It's drivers choose when to come in.
In front of the queue, only one BMW in front.
And when to go back out again. But we have seen the early times set as those that do not get beaten on occasions. We will see if that's going to be the case today, as lots and lots of cars head out now, including Timo Glock and Mike Rockefeller, and here's Marco Whitman then in the number 11 car. Marco Whitman is the second best of the BMWs. He's going, or is 6th fastest at the moment. Just under 6 minutes of this quali session remaining. So, of course, as we heard Rene's engineer say, he's only got one car ahead of him, so clear track potential. Jonathan Aberdeen then out of the pit lane as well. The longer version of the Lausitzring circuit, 4.570 kilometers. And the final 5.5 minutes of qualifying, which will set the grid for the race to come this afternoon. Top 4 are Audis. Then we have a trio of BMWs with Lucas Auer, Marco Whitman and Philip Eng. Then it's Loic Duval and Sheldon van der Linde. Harrison Newey ahead of Robert Kubica. Timo Glock, Jonathan Aberdeen, Fabio Scherer, Mike Rockefeller and Ferdinand Habsburg. To the left of your picture is Nico Muller. To the right-hand side it is Rene Rast, as we split the screen in qualifying. So Rene Rast with the P1 on the LED indicator in the rear quarter window, indicating his position in qualifying. A 1:36.507, a full 4 tenths ahead of Robin Freins, who is P2, and Nico Muller is P3. So regeneration of heat into the tyres then by weaving. First car, Rene Rast. Second red and white car you saw there was Robert Kubica, who is currently 11th fastest with a 1:37.421. So it is going to be but a couple of timed laps from the drivers in this final part of qualifying as we count it down just 4 minutes now. And Nico Muller. And there is Robin Freins. Head towards breaking the timing beam. As you can see from the sector indicators on the graphics to the left-hand side of your screen, there are no colours at the moment. It's remaining white through all the sectors, which means it's not an improvement from the earlier times that were set. And as I mentioned, it's not all that often you see improvements in what is effectively the second part of the qualifying session. Rene Rast currently 1:36.507 is looking untroubled by anyone. Thomas Biermeyer there from Audi Ab Sportsline, who of course will be propelling and pushing Robin Freins and Nico Muller. Trying to find something to bring the pole position and the 3 points that goes with it into their team. But at the moment, as we put the bars on Rene Rast now as he goes for a hot lap, will he be able to improve from his 1:36.507? This is the long straight then. The timing beam is broken and it's not an improvement through sector 1. Heavy braking now for the left-hander. Then almost immediate right. Rene's certainly going to be able to put another lap in after this one, should he so choose. Holds onto the car through the right-hander. And back on the loud pedal now, Nico Muller, a non-improvement at 1:49.958. Rast, though, he's done a personal best in Sector 2. Lucas Auer has done a personal best in Sector 1. So all of a sudden, in the very closing stages of this timed qualifying session, we are beginning to see some colours on the board. So it ain't all over yet. Here comes Rene then. Around the final turn, he will be able to cross the timing line and be able to do another lap as Robin Freins now goes quicker than anyone through Sector 1. So here is Rast. Whitman with personal bests in Sector 1 and Sector 2. But Robin Freins is the one that we are keeping a close eye on. So Marco Whitman, currently 7th fastest because Harrison Newey is now P6 and Lucas Auer P5. On board with Marco Whitman, PBs Sector 1 and Sector 2. Muller has now gone faster than anyone in Sector 2. So too has Robin Freins. Whitman improves to P4. Auer stays at P7. So it's all about Muller and Freins now. Rast has not improved through Sector 1. So here is Nico Muller. So P3 currently for Nico Muller. But he goes P1 with a 1:36.362. Here's Freins. And he goes P1 with a 1:36.344. Sheldon van der Linde is looking quick as well with personal bests in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Here comes Sheldon now, heading towards breaking the beam. He improves from P13 to P4 to become the best of the BMW drivers. The checkered flag is out. Anyone that is on a lap can continue the lap. And Muller is one of those, and so too is Rast. But he does not improve. So it's P3 for Rene Rast. Nico Muller, though, has done a personal best in Sector 1. Robin Freins is going again, but he has not improved in Sector 1, and he's bailed out of it, as you can see, slowing right down. He's done enough, unless Nico Muller is able to put in a brilliant Sector 2 and Sector 3 to wrestle away that pole position from Robin Freins. Nico getting past Timo Glock, and unfortunately for Nico, as you can see, the white bar in Sector 2, as we go on to the splitter cam now, he has decided enough is enough. Our pole sitter for race 2 is Robin Freins. 136.344. Nico Muller, 136.362. And Rene Rast on the second row of the grid with a 136.468, and a huge, huge plume of lockup from Lucas Auer. So Freins, Muller, Rast, the best of the BMWs. Sheldon van der Linde. Then it's Jamie Green, Marco Wittmann, Timo Glock, Loic Duval, Lucas Auer, Harrison Newey, Robert Kubica, Philip Eng. Not where we expected him to be. P12, then Fabio Scherer, Mike Rockefeller, Ferdinand Habsburg, and Jonathan Aberdeen. So here is Robin Freins then, who will put his car into the middle position in that Par Ferme area, because his 136.344 is enough for P1. Robin, who's not yet had a race win this season. Will it all change this afternoon? Here's Rene Rast. He'll be disappointed with his qualifying. Still P3, but not where he wanted to be.
Copy that.
So Robin then out of the car. And a fine showing from Ab Sportsline, with Robin Freins P1, Nico Muller P2 from Quali. Congratulations, Robin Freins. A valuable 3 points to add to his 74. And he and Nico there having a discussion about how that qualifying session went. So here we can see in replay some friendly banter between Nico Muller and Robin Freins. I think. Being weighed now. Means, of course, that Robin's points tally goes to 77. Nico Muller to 123. And Rene Rast to 89. Confirmation of the result from Quali then. Robin Freins P1, 136.344. Then it was Nico Muller and Rene Rast ahead of Sheldon van der Linde, the best of the BMWs. Then it was Jamie Green and Marco Wittmann with Timo Glock and Loic Duval, and then Lucas Auer and Harrison Newey then, who will be on row 5 of the grid. Robert Kubica P11, then Philip Eng P12, Fabio Scherer P13, Mike Rockefeller, Ferdinand Habsburg, and Jonathan Aberdeen. So the discussions between Robin Freins and Nico Muller down there. And hopefully we'll grab some words from our pole sitter, Robin Freins. Can he convert that P1 into the first of his race wins this season? Of course, you'd like to think, or certainly he would like to think so. He's had a P2, he's had 2 P3s. It's the win that he's missing for Robin. Nico Muller has taken 3 wins. Rene Rast 2. And still the conversations continue, this time between Robin Freins and Rene. the obligatory photographs of our 1, 2, 3 take place. And here, the top 3 in pictures for you. His best lap was a 1:36.468 for the Audi Sport Team Rosberg driver. Rene Rast, P3 for him. Nico Muller desperately wanted that pole position, but he was denied by very nearly 2 100ths because his best lap was a 1:36.362. And the man that beat them all with a 1:36.344, strong qualifying from Robin Freins, who will be going from pole position this afternoon. Let's hear from him.
Incredibly strong performance from Robin. Congratulations, another pole. You're getting used to it. And second of all, the question, what were you guys discussing?
Well, it was a complete mess qualifying session for my side. First I went off in my first push lap in turn 8, 7, 8. And then in the second attempt, on my quickest lap actually, I used the DRS at the wrong moment because we have 3 activations a lap. And I use it out of 5, out of 8, and also out of 9. So I didn't have any DRS left for this straight here. So I lost like 2/10 or something. So I was shooting myself in the head because I thought I would not make it for the pole now.
But shooting yourself in the head wasn't necessary because you made a pole, and I think it's the 4th already, right?
See?
It's already the 4th pole this season, so it's looking good.
It is. It's good to be on pole again, but you know, standard story. It's good start position, but I want to stay there for once now.
Absolutely. We're crossing our fingers for the race. Thank you so much, Robin Freins. Back to the commentator.
Yes. Come on, Robin. You've got to convert that into the race win 4 blooming times, and you've not been able to. And it's really nice. What I love about Robin is he's always very honest. And as he says, he made a complete mess of qualifying in many regards. But his 1:36.344 that he did deliver was enough for pole position. Nico Muller alongside. Here comes the grid for race 2. Rene Rast and Sheldon van der Linde go from the second row. On the third row, it's Jamie Green and Marco Whitman, P5 and P6. Timo Glock and Loic Duval share row 4, P7 and P8. And then we find Lucas Au and Harrison Newey. Good quality from Harry. Well done, P9 and P10. Robert Kubica and Philipp Eng share the 6th row of the grid. Philipp Eng really out of position, in my opinion. Fabio Scherer and Mike Rockenfeller, P13 and P14. Then we find Ferdinand Habsburg and Jonathan Aberdeen. So that's the grid and the lineup that we will see for the second race of the weekend to come this afternoon here at the Lausitzring. So we watched the Rene Rast car, some superb images here. Rene Rast, the best he could do, a 1:36.468, which puts him on the second row. Of course, his start was not brilliant yesterday, so I suspect that he will be disappointed with his qualifying performance today. And let's hear from Rene now and get his take on qualifying.
I guess this man is going to be a bit disappointed. Rene Rast, for a champion starting in P3. What are you going to do to make it a win like yesterday?
I think the start is very important again. In the dry conditions, I normally have good starts. So let's hope that I can basically take the lead before the first corner. If not, we have to wait for our opportunity. Obviously, the pit stop is an important one as well, and tire management is crucial again today. So it won't be easy because those 2 guys are freaking fast this year. So let's see.
Got to push hard. Thank you so much, Rene. Best of luck for the race. And that's it. We're the qualifying, and we're certainly looking forward to the race this afternoon. You don't want to miss it. So see you there and hear the highlights. See you later.
Thank you.